Canadians headed to the polls today in a federal election with significant implications for the nation's future. This election marks the end of Justin Trudeau's time as Prime Minister. He resigned unexpectedly just last month. The Liberal Party scrambled to find a successor. They chose former Bank of Canada Governor Mark Carney to lead them into this contest. But Carney faces a formidable opponent in Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre. Mark Carney, the Liberal standard-bearer, presents himself as a seasoned economist and steady hand in uncertain times. His experience as Governor of the Bank of Canada, and before that the Bank of England, has given him international stature. Carney promises stability and sound fiscal management. He warns against the dangers of the Conservatives' populist rhetoric. Pierre Poilievre, the Conservative leader, offers a starkly different vision for Canada. He is a career politician. He has been a member of Parliament since 2004. Poilievre champions a smaller government, deregulation and tax cuts. He argues that these policies will unleash economic growth and put more money in Canadians' pockets. The two leaders are a study in contrasts. Carney is seen as an intellectual and a technocrat. Poilievre is known for his fiery speeches and populist appeals. Their differences are not just about policy. They represent two very different visions of Canada's place in the world. No discussion of the 2025 Canadian election would be complete without addressing the elephant in the room, Donald Trump, the U.S. President. Donald Trump's presence continues to loom large over Canadian politics. His America First policies, his trade wars, and his threats to annex Canada have all had a profound impact on this election cycle. Poilievre's perceived closeness to Trump has become a major liability for him. Critics argue that his populist message echoes that of the U.S. President Donald Trump. They fear that a Poilievre government would align Canada too closely with Trump's America. Carney, on the other hand, has sought to position himself as the best bulwark against Trump. He argues that his experience on the world stage makes him uniquely qualified to stand up to the unpredictable U.S. President Donald Trump. Trump himself has weighed in on the Canadian election, further complicating matters. He posted on Truth Social this morning urging Canadians to vote for annexation. Both Poilievre and Carney immediately condemned the post. Poilievre went so far as to tell Trump to stay out of the election, but the damage may already be done. Trump's intervention is just the latest reminder of how much influence he continues to wield over Canadian politics. Section 4. Beyond the big two, smaller parties seek to make their mark. While the election is largely seen as a two-horse race between the Liberals and the Conservatives, other parties are hoping to make their mark. The New Democratic Party, led by Jagmeet Singh, is running on a platform of social justice and economic equality. The NDP is hoping to make gains, particularly in areas hit hard by factory closures and job losses. The Green Party, led by Annamie Paul, is campaigning on a platform of environmental protection and climate action. The Greens are hoping to capitalize on growing public concern about climate change. They are targeting voters who are dissatisfied with the environmental records of both the Liberals and the Conservatives. And then there's the Bloc Québécois, led by Yves-François Blanchet. The Bloc advocates for the interests of Quebec. They ultimately want Quebec to separate from Canada and become its own independent country. The Bloc is hoping to make gains in Quebec, where they have traditionally been strong. Section 5. Pocketbook issues and prairie fires. Key themes and dramatic moments of Election Day. The economy has emerged as the dominant issue in this election. Canadians are worried about rising costs of living, stagnant wages, and the impact of Trump's trade wars. Housing affordability is another major concern, particularly in large cities like Toronto and Vancouver. Voters are looking to the next government to address these pressing issues. Election Day itself has not been without its share of drama. A fire broke out at a polling station in Windsor, Ontario, forcing voters to be redirected to other locations. Thankfully, no one was injured in the blaze. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but it serves as a reminder that even on Election Day, the unexpected can happen. Social media has also played a significant role in this election. With Meta's ban on news content still in effect on Facebook and Instagram, Canadians have been turning to other sources for information. This has created a void that has been filled by partisan content, including misinformation. Canada Proud, a right-wing Facebook page, has been particularly active in spreading negative information about Carney. The page has been accused of using misleading and inflammatory content to sway voters. Section 6. After the vote, what the future holds for Canada. As the polls close and the votes are counted, Canadians are left to ponder the potential implications of this election. A Liberal victory would suggest that Canadians are looking for experienced leadership in these uncertain times. It would also be seen as a rejection of Trump's brand of populism. A Conservative win, however, would signal a desire for change. It would suggest that Canadians are frustrated with the status quo, and they are willing to take a chance on a leader who promises to shake things up. No matter who wins, one thing is certain: Canada is at a crossroads. The choices made today will have a lasting impact on the country's future. The world will be watching closely as the results come in. Canada, once a beacon of stability and predictability, is now facing the same kind of political uncertainty that has gripped so many other countries. The stakes have never been higher.